Did you feel pressure to mimic Drew Coomb's acting style, or were you more focused on creating your own style when you were in
I was, I'd say, just doing my own thing. At first, I was trying to match. I played one and tried to match, the voice and the style and everything. But the guys over in Japan they wanted something totally different. So to them, 3 was a whole other, a whole other game, a whole other character. Shimomura's comedy style was different. We wanted to add that in there, so they weren't really too concerned about matching it, which I thought at first they were. So I tried to match it, and then they said no, forget about it, and then come up with something totally different. So at first pressure, but then after that, no shut off.
This is for all of you. How did you decide to become a stuntman?
Who wants to start?
Well, I'll start. I came out to Los Angeles to actually be an action actor. Bruce Lee was my first sort of role model, or idol. Actually, Johnny and I tried out for the same role in Power Rangers. I was flown out, and then he got the part, and I actually got the live part. I did a live show, which was a compliment to the television show, and then years later I got on the television show. But in the meantime, what happened was I earned a living because I had martial arts and acrobatics as a background, and I got lucky. I met one of Jackie Chan's choreographers. I worked exclusively for him and with him for most of my career as a stuntman, as his assistant, choreographer, coordinator. And then I decided to quit because it was my career was taking off. I mean, I was getting a lot of work, and people were happy with the work I was doing, and it wasn't where I wanted to be then. And I felt somebody else who actually loved doing that should take that job, because it's a wonderful job to have. I have nothing but great memories from being a stuntman, and I loved it, but I didn't love it as much as I loved being an actor. And I have much more creative control and control as an actor, and that's much more satisfying. So that was sort of, in a nutshell, what my journey was like, and where it is now.
I kind of along the same lines as a big Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan fan. I never really was like, I want to be a stuntman. I just wanted to be like him, an action star. I wanted to do action movies. And my first audition was for Power Rangers, and then they flew me out to California to do the audition. That's where actually we were auditioning against each other.
He could do a butterfly twist. That's what he got.
That was the only thing I could do. But back then it was unique. Now everybody does it. The only stunts, I mean, I do my own stunts, I guess, when I'm allowed to. I don't really, I've only done stunts for one thing. It's called Love and a Bullet with, gosh, what's his name? Mark Hicks.
Mark Hicks?
Yeah, okay. The aforementioned guy.
Yeah.
But, I did stunts for that, and actually I get paid quite a bit for that, and I'm like, whoa, wow, that's crazy. But that was the only thing I did as I went in with him to just do stunts, And I went with him somewhere else to Florida to do a stunt show. That was about it, It's great, but there's so much more. It's harder, and there's a greater chance to get hurt, because that's all you're doing, And plus, again, along the same lines, I really like to be able to create a character and act, really. Where you do have to do that. And I noticed a difference when I was working with the Japanese stuntmen, and then I noticed some other American stunt guys that were there. A lot of the Japanese stunt guys I was very impressed by them, because physically they were really good actors as well. And so that was another thing with Alpha Stunts, and I was like, so I trained a lot with them and wanted to, be more like them and move like them. But again, it's more when I do my own stunts.
Yeah, I kind of had to reverse these guys. Maybe some of Johnny. I worked on a show in Japan called E-Fighter. And I was cast as an actor. It's very much like Power Rangers. Actually, I think it came to the States. It was called Beetleborg. But before it came to the States, I was an actor. I got cast out in Japan. and that's how I got into stunts and acting and everything. I was just doing modeling up there, and I got cast on the show. And the first day, I got to perform some action stuff. I got to jump off a trampoline, throw a punch, and throw some kicks, and I was like, I can get paid for this? This is amazing. And I was acting, and then from then on, I was like, this is what I want to do the rest of my life. And I really idolized Jackie Chan, and I never thought I could do what he did. And then after that show, the show pushed me physically because I never had that kind of physical training or martial arts background that a lot of folks in that, in those positions have. So I knew I was lacking, and I knew that probably the quickest way to focus on that is to actually focus on the stunt side and the action side. So I didn't really concentrate on acting much, and I just focused on the physical side of stuff, and ended up kind of falling into stunts that way, and training with Alpha Stunts as well, and then going to Hong Kong and actually working as a stuntman. And then later, after Devil May Cry and doing other smaller projects, I realized that where I wanted to be was just like these guys, just doing acting and doing my own stunts and not doing stunts for other people. But you still got to pay the bills, so I still do stunts.
I had a hard time doubling other actors as a stuntman. It was very difficult for me to make them look so good with their action.
Didn't like Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah, I mean, stunts has its rewards, but like Johnny said, it's dangerous, and you're always getting hurt. And why you get hurt for other people? Why not take the credit for yourself? If you're going to do something, you might as well do it for yourself. Which, that's with acting. When the acting comes in, and create your own character, and then if you have the physical skill to go behind it, then it just makes it more interesting.
Then you take the character further.
Yeah, exactly.
Next one, this is also for all of you. How did you feel when you found out how popular Devil May Cry has made you?
I felt like, I did this! This is because of me! I am great! I can do things!
Sit down, man.
That's what I felt like.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if it's hit me yet. Because I feel it's just a group effort, and I know I had a lot of input, but then again, it was everybody. It was everybody's thing. So it hasn't really. I guess maybe in my own mind, I haven't done this yet. so it hasn't hit me in that sense.
Every night in the shower. I'm Virgil. Next time I'll take the world!
Never really saw it again.
But no, I think it's great that it's received, well received. I mean, I know 1 and 2 was pretty well received, and 3 had to meet up to a certain expectation. So there was that pressure, but again, the collaborative team, made it happen. I don't know. It's cool. I'm glad.
Yeah, I had the game, and I played the game, whatever, and it was a very cool game, and I just thought it was a very interesting story, and to actually get to go in and audition for it was pretty cool. I actually got to audition first time was for Dante
Yep.
a while back, and then nothing really happened there, but then I got called in for to audition for Nero, and I was like, oh, cool, different character, whatever, and gave it a shot. I had no idea what it was going to be like, and again, I can't really go into detail or anything, but to find out that he was going to be the character that you play was cool, but at the same time, I knew how big it was, and so I knew that there were going to be a ton of fans that were going to be pissed, that it was like, what? And so I was worried about that, but then after reading the script and then understanding the story and knowing what was going on, everything's so much deeper.
And then he beat me out for the second biggest role in my career. Seriously, to speak seriously for just a second. I was very proud of all of the work we had done, and I felt great about having worked with everybody that was involved, because everybody that works on these games and these projects to make them entertaining puts their heart and soul into it, and they work really hard on these things. So to hear that it becomes very popular, well received, justifies all of that hard work that, you know, for a lot of shows that you do, you wonder whether or not anybody will ever see it, anybody will ever care. And it makes all of that worth it as well. So that's the truthful answer.
Yeah, definitely.
But I still do that in the shower.
Okay, this is a question from a comment that you made during the, what was the event before this?
The Q&A session?
Yeah, the commentary.
Oh, during the commentary.
Yes.
for the
You
DVD.
said that in the last cutscene where you were slashing, you know, the final slash movement, action cutscene, you said he was wearing a mat.
Oh, no. We for that run and then the hitting of the
Yes.
sword where I actually cut Virgil. We did a couple different passes and we ran and we did it, and then I didn't really swing hard.
Yeah.
And
He
then
wasn't, he wasn't,
Making
they
full
didn't
contact.
feel like, for the animation, it looked like he was cutting through
Like,
and hitting something really hard.
So
they
they
just
so
had-
they wanted, yeah, we did a couple versions. I don't know what motion they did, but they wanted the reality of a sword just going into a body. So we put a mat there, and I did another pass where I ran. Virgil was just a little off. We were off centered,
I just ran by him and he hit
and
the
then we
mat.
just
I
went.
see.
And I swung as hard as I could and hit this,
Mat.
really hard mat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
To get that oomph. Many Hari.
Okay.
Enough.
Yeah.
That's it. But to run off, do you think you can recite a few lines, from the game? Like from Virgil, I specifically want that to be like, why isn't this working?
Say it again?
Can you?
Why isn't this working?
Yeah, you remember that line?
Seriously,
Why
why
isn't
isn't
this working? Is there something else?
Say it. Do you remember it?
Yes.
Do you have it written down?
You want me to write it down?
Yes, please.
Pen. Yeah, lecture.
And what about for Dante?
What are the other lines you
The
want?
soul line.
Was that?
So, my soul. Oh, do you remember any of that?
Oh.
It was a.
Yeah. Let me catch it.
Yeah, that one.
Well, my soul says.
Someone's saying wants to stop you. Something like that.
Yes. But I feel you kind of forget that.
Much more blood we should have.
We are the sons of Sparta.
Yes.
That's it.
Something about not just the.
Why isn't this working? That and I'm going home.
Screw this.
Sparta.
Lost his.
Each of us. Within each of us flows his blood. That's it. We are the
And
sons of
his
Sparta. And his soul.
But more importantly, his
But
soul.
more important,
It's
it's been a long time. Okay, we are the sons of Sparta. Within each of us flows his blood. But more importantly, his soul.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you want it with feeling?
Yes. Well, the way you acted productive.
We are the sons of Sparta. Within each of us flows his blood. More importantly, his soul!
Thank you.
Why isn't this working? Is there something missing? Must more blood be shed? I wish I knew the answer. Then I would have the $64,000 prize. What a shit.
Okay. Well, thank you. As for Nero, I don't know.
there's nothing much there yet.
Yeah, maybe you can do that. Just do that anyway.
Oh, my arm! Oh, son of
How does it go again? It goes,
Now I know what this hand was made for. Sending guys like you back to hell!
Yay!
Give me power.
Traveling down.
Very nice.
Why are you from that direction?